Welcome back to Breakup Cheater, where we share true stories of betrayal, resilience, and the power of rising stronger. Today's story is about a woman who devoted nearly a decade to her company, only to be blindsided on her birthday. But what happened next? She didn't just walk away. She took control and turned the tables in the most unexpected way. Stay with us, because this isn't just a story of loss. It's a story of calculated revenge and ultimate victory. The clock on the office wall read 9:12 a.m. I had barely taken a sip of my coffee when Marcus summoned me to his father's old office. The room was lined with dark mahogany panels, filled with an aura of forced importance that never quite felt real. Yet here he was. Marcus, sitting confidently in the leather chair, leaning back as if he'd just claimed a crown. "Happy birthday," he said with a cold smirk. "Here's your present. You're fired." I didn't ask for reasons. I didn't beg or argue. I simply reached out, took the thick folder he slid across his polished desk, placed upside down like a silent dare, and walked out without a single word or tear. Backstory then and now. Years. That's how long I'd dedicated my life to Linden Tech. I'd started as a junior manager in a tiny, overlooked division. I built it from the ground up into the company's most respected department. I stayed late for deadlines, fixed mistakes no one else wanted to touch, even covered for Marcus more than once, like the time his father caught him drunk at a client dinner. Back then, I believed loyalty was a two-way street, an investment in something lasting. But loyalty, I learned, was just free currency for people like Marcus to spend however they pleased. When his father retired and handed Marcus the keys to the kingdom, I thought I could adjust, prove my worth. Instead, I saw the truth in his eyes. I wasn't an asset anymore. I was a problem he wanted erased. And what better day than my birthday to do it? Discovery of the betrayal. The truth hit me before I even reached my car. That folder I had taken, it wasn't termination paperwork. It was a contract. My role, my salary, my entire client portfolio reassigned. To someone else. Someone who had been with the company less than a year. Someone Marcus was sleeping with. It wasn't incompetence that got me fired. It was pure convenience. That realization stopped my anger cold. Rage gave way to something far sharper. Not grief. Not blind fury. Strategy. Shift in mindset. The plan. I didn't drive home that morning. Instead, I headed straight to the marina. My husband, Julian, was in his office above the docks, hands running over blueprints for a major new expansion. When I stepped in, he looked up, calm and steady. "I got fired," I said simply. He leaned back, eyes assessing me like he always did, then gave a slow, knowing smile. "What do you need? That's Julian for you. No wasted emotion, just results." I slid the folder across his desk. The contract. The betrayal in ink and paper. With a single phone call, the wheels were set in motion. By the time I left that office, the first domino had fallen. Execution. Taking back control. We started with the clients. Those were the lifeblood of the company. Accounts I'd nurtured and grown. They trusted me, not just the Linden Tech name. Within 2 days, I met each one personally. Over coffee, I told them the truth. I was exploring new opportunities. Julian's firm had the infrastructure to support them. All they had to do was sign. Next, we targeted the supplier network. Linden Tech depended on a fragile web of contracts, many up for renewal. Julian's team quietly acquired the rights before Marcus even realized negotiations were coming up. Then came the quiet knockout blow. We secured the commercial lease for Linden Tech's flagship office building. The landlord, a longtime friend of Julian's, had been waiting for a reason to replace them with a higher-paying tenant. We gave him exactly that reason. Climax. The confrontation. 4 days after the birthday surprise, Marcus called me repeatedly. I ignored every call. By the time I reached 98 missed calls, I knew it was time. I walked into Linden Tech unannounced. The lobby was chaos. Phones ringing, staff whispering anxiously, clients storming out. Marcus sat in his office, pale and sweating. "You can't do this," he stammered the moment I closed the door. Can't. I raised an eyebrow. You took my job. My team. My work. On your birthday, I replied. I took your company. I slid a folder across his desk. Inside were the final contracts. His clients now ours, suppliers on new terms, lease ending in 60 days. His face drained of color as he flipped through the papers. How? He whispered. You gave me the motive, I said calmly. I already had the means. Resolution, the release. I left him there, staring at the paperwork like it was a death sentence, which, in a way, it was. By the end of the month, Linden Tech would cease to exist. The building would bear Julian's firm's name. And the people who had built Linden Tech a success, my team, would now work for us with better pay and fairer terms. That night, Julian poured me a glass of wine on our balcony overlooking the harbor. The water shimmered under the city lights, calm and steady. Happy birthday, he said softly. This time I smiled. Because the best gifts aren't wrapped in paper. They're dismantled piece by piece until there's nothing left for the person who thought they could take everything from you. Thanks for watching. Sometimes the hardest moments reveal our greatest strength. If you've ever been betrayed or faced unfair treatment, remember, you have the power to fight back and rewrite your story. If you found this story inspiring, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real-life tales that hit hard and leave you thinking. And as always, stay strong, stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next video.